Hello, friends. Welcome to the Akulmach Business and Science Show. This is a daily live stream, and we discuss about something which is affecting our world of business. And today we have a very interesting lineup. So don't go anywhere, and we are live, so you can actually engage with us by sending your comments and question. All right. So let's go straight away to our first item that we need to discuss, and the first item is about the Tata Group. The Tata Group is almost very very close to acquire the iPhone factory from Taiwan, and in that way, once they are able to close the deal, they will become the India's first homegrown iPhone manufacturer, and they are actually acquiring their factory from this Taiwanese companies. Their factories are located near Bangalore, so it's not that they are actually acquiring factories in Taiwan. Tata Group is acquiring factories in India, and they are actually taking over the Indian iPhone manufacturing from a Taiwanese group. So this is something which is happening, and Tata Group is very well known for manufacturing and also producing good quality Indian products. In fact, they are known for quality. So I'm sure Apple is also playing a role while choosing the right partner, Indian partner. And when Taiwan is also known for producing very good quality mobile phones. So when Tata acquires them, I think this is going to be a big deal, because Tata venturing into mobile handset manufacturing for the first time, and they may also start something on the side for the chip manufacturing. Who knows? But I think this is a great news for India, because the India large company like Tata is going to take over the iPhone manufacturing locally in India from a Taiwanese company. So it's a great move. This will also strengthen India's story in terms of the headset manufacturing for the world. As it is, there are more than 200 companies which are making different types of mobile phones in India, and now a big company entering in this field. It's a positive move. It will create new employment avenues for Indians. Also, it opens up huge floodgates for R&D in this arena, because as you know that this space is evolving rapidly with augmented reality headsets being rolled out this year, and also a lot of R&D is being done in the hologram technology. So I think this is a great move. So let's move on to the next item that we need to discuss today. And next item is it's about work permits for Indian citizens and UK citizens across the nations. And yesterday we talked about how the American work permits are not given to the Indian techies. However, this is something which is happening on the side, a side hustle. The, the UK and the Indian government has signed and bilaterally agreed to allow 300 experts to travel across the borders into UK and vice versa. So British people will be able to travel to India in search of jobs and find suitable jobs whichever they want, and likewise Indians can travel to UK and work for British companies. So this is something which is happening, and this is going to create more collaboration between UK and India, and UK and India has a huge relationship, and they are also working on closing certain MOUs which will actually open up the economy between UK and India. And as you know that UK has been a large economy. They control a lot of interest globally when it comes to business, and India has recently taken over the size of economy, and they have taken over. They have become, Indian economy is now known as the fourth largest economy, and UK is slipped to fifth largest. The difference is not too much. It's very minor at the moment, but the Indian economy is growing. It's growing. It is the fastest growing economy. So I think the next target for Indian economy is to beat the German economy, which is even bigger. So it makes sense to set up relationship between two large economies, so that there could be collaboration, and there could be investment opportunities, there could be partnership, there could be expansion of markets together. And India is a very big market by itself. So India as a country is very unique. It is also a destination for manufacturing, but it is also a consumer market. So it's very unique. So this agreement is very welcome, because the MOU was supposed to be a free trade agreement, was supposed to be signed up last Diwali, did not happen. So after that, the government in UK collapsed. Not the government, but the prime minister had to resign, and the new prime minister had to be searched, and now there is a new team in UK government, and so very soon I think there will be a chance for closing a free trade agreement between UK and India. So I think this is a good thing, because now we will allow people to travel on work permits between UK and India. So it's not only one way. It is interesting thing is that even the UK people can come over into India, and the number is equal, 3,000 every year. So what is the next item on our list that we need to discuss? The next item is about the biofuel. And what is biofuel? What is the green fuel? It is basically blending. The petroleum, when we actually use the petroleum in our cars, it's quite polluting. It is not environment friendly, and it emits, the consumption of these fuels, petroleum based fuel, emits lot of harmful gases into atmosphere, and which is creating havoc to our atmosphere. So scientists have found that by blending the petroleum with other things like ethanol is a similar product, which is it's the oil basically, but it comes from vegetables. And if you know that large countries like Brazil, they are 100% on ethanol. There are even large trucks, trains, all of them runs on ethanol. They have gone away from using petroleum gas like petrol and LPGs or diesel. They use ethanol. And ethanol is very largely produced in Americas, both north and south, and in India also ethanol is being produced. But the important thing is how much we can blend into petroleum in order to reduce the pollution in our from our cars, from our vehicles. So right now, Government of India has increased blending of ethanol into usual petrol by 10%. So this is going to reduce the harmful emission from our cars by at least 10%. And I think there is another thing which is happening here, is that blending of hydrogen, which is not at all harmful, because if you combine hydrogen and burn the hydrogen, you actually get water vapors. So the blending is being done, but hydrogen is highly inflammable. So next best thing is blending petrol with ethanol, and the Indian government is doing it now, that 10% ethanol is added in a blended. I mean, when we say add, it's not simple adding. It's like doing some process by which it seamlessly blends into the fuel that you buy from your petrol station. So this is one of the green fuels, or biofuels as we call it. We should be able to replace the entire petroleum with ethanol, but it takes time. It has to be done gradually. Before we migrate our vehicles to ethanol use, we probably may need to migrate completely on hydrogen based fuel. So who knows the future? So that is why government is taking incremental steps in order to improve especially the Indian people's effect on the environment. And Indian government is also committed to control the environment pollution. So this is a welcome step. They have allowed 10% blending of ethanol with normal petroleum. What is the next item on our list today? Yes, this is another big item. And when we use our devices, PCs, laptops, We also end up buying several chargers, cables, sometimes multiples, because we don't want to carry the cables with us, and stuff like that. So we want to keep one charger in our home and another charger in our office. So multiple devices, along with one device you have multiple of these chargers. And all of these chargers are having different standards. So suppose in future you replace your laptops or mobile, you have to again buy a new charger or a new charge cable. So I think a standardization is required, and EU has already standardized on USB version 3, mini USB version 3, and India has also standardized on the charger. The Bureau of Indian Standards has already given nod to actually have only one type of charger across India, and therefore I think the ease of buying these devices will be less, because nowadays even the device manufacturers are not sending chargers along in their boxes. That means you're supposed to buy charger separately, so you just cannot keep buying charger every now and then. So if you have a standard charger, it does not depend on the device, so you can actually buy your laptops or devices as and when you feel like, or replace charger as and when you feel like. This will also reduce the e-waste which is coming from India, and India is a large country, friends. If we can reduce any sort of waste in our nation, it will be very good. So this is something which is now happening, although this is standardized, announced, but the cutoff date for this implementation, this legal implementation of single charger, one nation, one charger, is in the year 24, not now, next year. Simply because the device manufacturers have the assembly lines, and they actually produce based on the requirement, based on their orders, etc. So you just cannot implement such changes on a knee-jerk way. Time has to be given for the old stock to get cleared, so that nobody makes a loss because of the government regulation. Even the EU has implemented this, and they have given a cutoff date of 24, the year 24. So if India has to implement this, it will be after the year 24, because India is a much bigger entity than EU. So in terms of population, it is 3 times the size. In fact, the population of India is more than EU and America's combined. So you can imagine the scale of implementing these kind of changes. Even though it sounds a simple change, changing into one charger, one nation, but carrying out even these simple things will have far-reaching impact. So therefore this was needed for India, because India is a large country, and this is definitely welcome. So we will actually keep track of since when, from what date BIS in future announce that the charge point or the chargers will be standardized across all devices for Indians. So friends, these are the important things that I wanted to discuss today in our business and science show. If you have any thoughts, any comments, feel free to send in your comments. And thanks for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow, same time. Until then, keep selling, keep rocking. Bye bye for today.